Solent Warrior.
Yeah, just what we need. Welcome back to another episode on the Solent Warrior. We're fishing on the beach. I've just got set up. Let's get a seat over. I've just got set up. We're fishing for smooth hounds, we're fishing for stingray, we're fishing for bream, dogfish, we're fishing for anything. We've got some seriously big thunder and lightning storms rolling in this evening. Now, I don't know whether that's going to hit us. If it does, it might be quite exciting, it might be a little bit dangerous. We'll assess the situation when it happens, but I'm all set up. I'll roll the clips in a minute of how I've baited up and what I'm using. What's time now? We've got 9 o'clock, so it's going to start getting dark in about an hour. We're pretty much into the prime time now, so the hounds will move up with the flood. At the moment, we've got lots of peeler crab coming in to peel on the shallow grounds. Now, this is a mark, it's very well known, it's called Hillhead. Now, it's very famous for its smooth hound fishing. It's kicked off maybe a month or so ago. We might still see them. It's a little bit late in the season, but for the big ones, but we should see a few. It's not really much else to say, but let's see what we can do. So for the first rig that I'm sending out, it's just a simple pulley panel rig, and I'm using spider peeler crab. All I've done is, this is quite a small one, I've just cut him in half, and then he'll get bound straight on to the hook. I'll slide one up a little bit and then turn that bottom around, slide that up, so we've got the eye of the hook visible and the tip of the hook visible, and then whip him right up. So this is quite a soft bait. If you cast with this without it being whipped on, it'll fly off. So all I'm doing is just, with my elastic wool blade ball, is just whipping that on, making sure that shank of that hook, or the tip of the hook, is completely visible. What you're trying to do, if you want to get distance, you're trying to get that bait, rather than a big ball, you want it sort of into a streamline shape. Then you know that there'll be no wind resistance when you cast, and you should be able to get some good distance with it. Just at the end, I'll go around the hook a couple of times, it just fixes it in place. Bring your top hook down. If you don't like making your own rigs, get yourself to Rover's Tackle. That's where I've got all of these, and that is dripping juicy bait. I'm going to get this cast out. I've got another rod to set up, and let's get going. Just to show you what I'm doing with this, I'm hoping to find a stinger, so big dirty rag one. What I've done is I've head hooked one up the line, and then I've slid one up the hook onto the line. And what I like to do is start at the top. This is going to be hard to film. I'll step back in a second. There we go. So just start at the top. There we go. And come down to the bottom of the hook, and then them dangly bits can fold straight back up, and the idea is to make a sausage. So keep whipping, wants to be nice and bound up. You don't want to do it too tight because you split the worm open and the scent releases too quickly. You want it to have a nice slow release. Oh, like that. Everywhere that way. All over my stuff. But that is the final product. Now that is good for hounds, that's good for stingrays, it's good for pretty much everything. You know it's going to catch a dogfish, because this wouldn't be an episode in the Solent Warrior without dogfish. Let's get that sent out. Got a good feeling about tonight. Well, I've just been down the beach. We've got Will from Local Marks fishing down just to the left of us at the moment. If you haven't been over to his channel, Local Marks Fishing, it's a live fishing channel and he fishes every bloody night. So if you like live fishing and you're beach fishing, get over and have a check. Don't forget to sub. Now, on my analytics today, 60% of you lot watching the video haven't subscribed. So get down there, click the sub button, hit the bell, and every time I post a video up, you'll get a notification. But make sure you get over and sub. Oh no, it looks mental, doesn't it? I'll show you the cloud formations in a minute. We've got a couple of big storms. One's coming over towards Selsey at the moment, one's coming over to Bournemouth, and we're slap bang in the middle of these two. So at the moment, we should be okay, but we can hear big rumbles. I'm hoping it kicks right off later. Will's not so keen. He said that if it kicks off, he's going to jump in the car. But I'm going to stay on the beach and I'm going to carry on fishing, because who doesn't love thunder and lightning? I'll just run through the tackle I'm using with you. We are fishing a couple of Tronics Pro Gorilla. So they're 13 foot, 4.7 ounces. They are relatively cheap rods, but I tell you what, for the money, they are absolutely brilliant. Now, just got a little Pen Fathom on here, and we're using a 525 Mag 3. I have got fixed ball reel, so if we start getting a load of weed and it's hard hauling it in, we've got a couple of these bad boys. Now they'll make it a lot easier. These are the Spin Fisher 5s. Now these make it a lot easier when you're hauling in a load of weed to use these. With little multipliers like that, it can be a little bit difficult. Got to be a little bit careful how much I share this video about, because I've got one of her, I think it's one of her favourite towels. Got to keep your hands clean though, bros. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't on the camera. You might be able to just see him. Got a load of seagulls all flying north. Now, they can hear the thunder as well. Now, we've just been sponsored by BKK International. If you haven't been on their website, if you do a lot of beach fishing or even carp fishing and boat fishing, big game fishing, get over to the BKK website. They have got absolutely everything from slow pitch jig assist hooks to, you know, big circle hooks for big game fishing, big J hooks, right down to little carp hooks and trebles and bloody everything. Get over and check them out. Come on, we've got to catch a fish in a minute. It is still about 23 degrees. It's just starting to get dark now. You can see the light just starting to drop. It's actually lighter on the camera. It picks up the light and makes it a little bit brighter for you, but I think we should, between us, get a run from a couple of hounds in the next half an hour or so. Key is to keep getting fresh bait in every sort of. What we'll do is I leave my first rods out for half an hour. I'll bring them in. If there's still bait and the crabs haven't picked them apart, I'll rebait anyway. I'll send it out, and then I'll go for half an hour again. If it has been picked apart, I'll start dropping back. So 20 minutes, I'll reel in. After 20 minutes, if I've got no bait, I'll go 15 minutes. If I reel in, I've got no bait, then I know eventually I'll pick a window where I'm casting out and I've always got bait on. When I pull it in, sometimes it can be 5 minutes if the crabs are leery out there. Look at these mad cloud formations. It looks stormy, doesn't it? We're going to get walloped tonight. So that's a big one coming in just now. I'll post a little clip in of the lightning app showing us, so you can see it's from there to about there. That's a big storm rolling in. And then you've got this bad boy. See this cloud back rolling? That's a good indication you've got a thunderstorm. And that runs from there all the way over here. So at the moment, we're hoping, well, I'm hoping we get this. But we've got this little gap between the two storms that should go over the top of us. But if you look closely, you can see that this cloud here is rolling. It's the warm air hitting the cold sea air. It's beautiful. Conditions out here at the moment for fishing should be perfect. We've got high pressure. We've got a medium to, it's a medium tide. Not a massive tide, not a small tide. We've got high tide about midnight tonight. So it should be perfect. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but can you see this slick? You can see it. There's a slick there. So we've got a bit of a spit and a groin over to our left. And as the tide comes round that, there's fast water behind it and fast water this side of it. So that's a little bit of a slack. Now, the crabs and the bait fish are all going to try and sit out of the tide. And they're going to sit up on this little bit of a lull in the tide running through there. So that's where we're casting, because the smooth round are going to come up onto that, searching with the nose down in all the weeds, looking for these shore crabs. There's always, a lot of people just go fishing and just chuck the rod in. There's a lot of watercraft to it, you know, especially beach fishing. You've got to look for gullies, you've got to look for banks and some sort of features. You know, you fish just a plain flat bit of ground. There's nothing homing the fish on where you're fishing. So, especially on the boat, I fish the back of banks, slightly out the tide. So the tide's coming over a bank, the fish are always going to be sat behind it. Any bait fish or any natural baits that come over that bank, they come up and out. And it's very similar with beach fishing. Look for a little bit of a feature, gully, a little bit of a bank, a little bit of a rip in the tide. It's just starting to rain. Better get my coat on. Just having a little mooch in the rocks over here for a couple of crabs. And I found this thing. It's like a little gauze thing, right? But if you open it up, it's full of, you can't see that on the camera. Let me turn the camera around and show you. It's full of, I don't know if it doesn't smell like tobacco. But I wonder if it's, come on, focus. There you go. I don't know what it is. Any idea what that is? Stick it in the comments. It's either for like an old man pipe, I suppose, or some sort of jug, so I don't know. Right, we're going to, bait's been out about half an hour or so, so I'm going to pull them both in, check the bait. If it needs it, get some fresh on there, get that scent trail going. Right, the bait has been munched by crabs. There's still a bit there that would have still caught a fish if there was one in the perimeter. In the area. Get that baited up, get it sent back out. Right, just as I was casting then, I spooked some fish in front of me, which I think are bass. Luckily, I've got some of the new Skerries Pro in the back of the van. I'm going to run back up to the car park and grab one. and see if I can nick out a quick bass. Just had a little flick about. So when I was reeling in, there's a bit of weed on the line, and as it came towards the shore, I spooked something and it swelled in the water, which I assume was probably bass. So I just went and picked up the new Skerries Pro out the back of the van. Had a couple of little flicks, but I think I've missed them. They do run in very close down here at Hillhead, so you've got to be very stealthy. So me pulling in the line would have spooked them off. But you get some big bass mooching right in the shallows, like 5-6 foot out. If you can find a spot down Hillhead that's quiet with no other anglers, and get down there, no headlamps, no running up and down the beach, and just pop a bait in very shallow, 5 to 10 foot out, and sit back with no disturbance at all, there's a good chance to pick up a semi-decent bass, especially on a bit of fresh mackerel. They go mental for it in the summer. We're starting to get a few big flashes. This is the second storm coming over now. Starting to get a few big flashes and rumbles. I might have a really good picture. I walked over to Will, he's on a live feed, and I was just holding the rod like that, showing the camera the new Skerries, and a big flash of lightning behind me went off. So we've got a couple of his subs going through the video now, seeing if they can screenshot and see if they can find the bolt. That'll be a mad photo if we can get that. But very quiet on the rod so far. We've Will's had a little knock that we think was a small conger, but it's just getting dark now. So tide's flooding, everything's looking good. Fingers crossed. There's our Will, look. Down there on the rocks, picking the crab just as the tide starts coming up. As this tide starts coming up onto this weedy part, picks the crabs. The crabs start climbing up the rocks. Just picks them one by one, goes down every sort of 10 minutes, picks a couple, comes back, lets it rest, goes back, picks another couple, just fills it. He's got a little box over here, just fills up a box over the evening, and he's got plenty of fresh bait. The mosquitoes are thick down here tonight. I've got short socks on. That's a bad idea. My legs are getting mullet. That light needs to be up here somewhere, doesn't it? There you go. Let's I've got some zip ties, let's get the light sorted. But yeah, these mosquitoes are thick, man. How's that for you? Absolutely fucking blinding for me. I've got mosquito bites everywhere, they're caning me. Just getting dark. Well, it's nearly dark. It's just gone past 10 o'clock and we still haven't had a bite. It is fucking dreadful out here. I can remember why I bought a boat now, you know. Shore fishing is hard. Unless you travel local areas, it's pretty difficult. I'm going to dig some fresh baits out. If I don't catch one hound tonight, then I'm going to be gutted. Well, I'm just going to show you, just left the rods out there. We're just going to go down to this little rocky outcrop. It's a groin. I'll show you how we're finding these crabs. Yeah.
There we go.
It's easy as that.
Yeah, Dave, look round here, look.
Oh, just starting to creep up.
All over the back here, down here, Dave.
Whee!
Whee!
Really? Oh, yeah, look.
What a big one. Yeah, lovely.
Loads.
Oh, I nearly went flying there, Dave, look. Over there, look. Down here. Over there.
Everywhere.
And you can see they're climbing up the rocks as well. That's a tiny one, but he's...
So they're climbing up the rocks and feeding through the weed, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just as this tide's coming up, as the rocks start getting wet, they come up from on the underside of these rocks. And they just start feeding around. There you go, perfect. There's one just there, look. Just all moving around in the rocks. these hardbacks, these are just shore crabs. These are all hardbacks. He's a little bit soft actually, so he's peeled. He's got a little bit of a spring to him. Look, he can't even nip me. Oh, he can. That hurts. But he's gone a little bit hard. Look, there's another one running with him, and another one there, and there's another one in there. Look, see if he's hard. Yeah, so he's peeled already, and he's gone. Look, can you see his clicky there? So he's already peeled. There's another one just. Oh, big prawn there, look. There he is. You can see his eyes glowing up. But that's half an hour's worth of picking out hardbacks. A couple of them are soft. But it's that easy. Brilliant. So we've got this going on. I just brought in one of my rods. And it's the one that still had ragworm on. So all I'm going to do is just whip him on the front. So I'm just going to go through like that and then just whip him straight on with his legs still out, so he can still wriggle around, and that's what the hounds will pick up on. They'll sense him wriggling around. I'm talking like I'm totally professional at catching these hounds here, but I can't catch one. Right, he's all whipped on just like that. So them legs are still going to move around a little bit. Let's get it sent out. Right, it's 11:15 and we haven't had a bite yet. I've just sent out that soft peeler crab, or soft back crab, and I've just cut up a massive spider peeler, and I've sent that out. Now I'm going to fish till about midnight tonight. It's late. I've got work in the morning, so I'm going to fish about midnight. I don't have work till 8 AM, so it's not too bad. I'll be tired, but on the way home I am going to show you there's a little spot, a little tiny harbour that holds some big bass, some sea trout and all sorts of bits and bobs. When we drive through there, I'll stop and I'll see if I can show you some of these fish that sit in there. You're not allowed to fish them because it's in a sanctuary, it's in a bird sanctuary, it's National Trust, so you're not allowed to fish it. But it's nice to see them, and that's why they're so big in there. They got no one catching them. So, but yeah, I've got some fresh baits out. Let's see if we can do something with this night. But it's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Shore fishing. That's why I bought a boat, you know. So of course, as I'm packing up, our Will hammers into a fish. Oh, great.
See what we got. It doesn't feel massive.
No.
No, he's not huge, but he's a hound. He's coming in, Dave. He's coming in. Hopefully we can land it, but keep that weight on him. Here he comes, guys. Here we go.
Will was live over there, by the way. If you wonder why he's talking to his tent.
Here we go. Here comes, Dave. Here we go. Gonna come up this side. Watch the other.
Yeah. Oh, he's a decent size. Oh.
Yeah, he's alright, isn't he?
He ain't a bad one, mate.
Stunner, Dave.
Well done.
Wicked. Yeah, he's a little one, isn't he? Just wash him off.
Beautiful fish, mate.
Wow. Let's just rest that there.
Now that is what we call a starry smooth hound. You can see all these little dots here. It's a starry smooth hound. But we have recently found out that they are the same, exactly same species as the common smooth hound. Exactly the same DNA, but they just have spots.
I'm just going to take him up and show the camera quick, Dave, and then
There
we'll
we
get
go.
him back in. Thank you. There we go as well.
Beautiful clear water, isn't it?
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, let him go. There we go. Look at that. Lovely.
Stunning. Yes.
Well done, mate.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe it, Dave.
Nice to see a fish tonight, even if I didn't catch it. But I'm just getting these last few bits away. I'm going to pack my tent down, and then we'll get over to this little estuary and I'll see if I can show you some crazy fish. We have just got to a little spot. Let me see if I can show you some fish. Right, it's going to be dark as I walk up because they sit the side of this bridge, and when you put your light on, they sink in the water quite quickly. So I'll start I'm filming, and I'll get this headlamp on full whack. Right, you ready? It's none here. There is literally none here. So you're not allowed to fish this side of the bridge. I don't know if you can see that. It's Titchfield Hagen. It's a national nature reserve. You can fish this side of the bridge. But it's scummy and you're not going to be able to see any fish. Classic. That ends the night perfectly, eh? Well, that's it. That's all we've got. Will's going to carry on fishing for a couple more hours. He's going to fish about 2 AM. Now, I've got work in the morning, so we're wrapping this up. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. It's completely free. It's a massive help to the channel. And we'll see you on the next one.